Good morning all, it's a rainy day here in Porthcawl in South Wales, and I think they've given rain for every day over the next week. Alright, so enough, you didn't come here for a weather report, so let's have a look here. 8 crosses submitted, you can see that I've already put the average in there. Closer cluster, oh there's a mouthful, closer cluster than I was expecting, because I thought it'd be more spread out this week from you guys. Let's draw some lines from this guy, because, I mean, this guy on the left is looking a little bit cross-eyed, so to me that makes me think the ball must be relatively close, but not necessarily, not if they mess about with his eyes in Photoshop, which I don't know if they do, who knows. One there, and another one across the top ones. We only have that one stray one over there, which I think is quite feasible. There's nothing wrong with that one, so I'm reluctant to sort of take that out. I mean, would the head judge take that out if he looked at these cluster of 7 here? Would he then sort of say, oh, okay, well that one's away from the cluster, I'll take it out? I don't know, but I mean, it's of course it's a feasible cross, and we don't know until Tuesday what stays in, what gets taken out. What's interesting to note though is that one aside, it's a very narrow spread from this guy on the left here in blue. It's most people seem to be in agreement of where he's looking. And it's not even that bad from where this guy's looking. Consider this fella on the right is much further away from it. You'd expect it to be a wider spread when he got that far, but it's not really. Now I've already done the average, and as you'd expect, if you look at that average there, it's right in the center of that cluster of 4. So you can see that cluster of 4 right in the middle of the picture. It's right in the center of that. And I think that's feasible. Now, I've already done mine, and the only reason I done mine yesterday was because I had one of those lucky wheel spin things, and I spun the wheel, and it gave me 30% off, but it was only, I had to use it in the next hour. So I looked at it again, I thought, am I going to change it that much from where my one cross is? In fact, if I make mine flash, mine's the bottomest of the crosses. But I hadn't put the other crosses in there then, so I didn't know how it related to everybody else. But I looked at it and I thought, yeah, I mean, it's only the one cross I'm doing, so don't worry about it too much. And I thought, yeah, that's okay. It's okay. It's in the middle. It turns out it's in the middle of sort of his line of sight, but maybe not high enough. Because I do like that cluster there. The fact that that average is smack on in the middle of that cluster makes absolute sense to me for where both of them are looking. So I doubt those 4 people around that average winning cross there are going to move their crosses. I should imagine they'd stay in that area. But yeah, maybe I could have gone a little bit higher. If I look at this guy, I'm okay for I wouldn't move it because of this guy. The guy on the right here, maybe if I was to do it again, perhaps I'd go a little bit higher. But well, it's done now, isn't it? So, and I think I looked, and the total I've spent in the last 4 weeks is something like about £6. So I haven't even made it to the bronze tier again. But I don't mind that because, you know what I mean? If most of the weeks I'm in zone 3, so, I mean, if I was to spend 50 quid, I'd be getting 15% back, wouldn't I? I'd be getting 7.5 quid, and that's a big loss, 40 odd quid a week, if you're doing that every week. But, you know, if you're only losing £1 or 2, it's neither here nor there. It's acceptable. Then you play it as a bit of a hobby with a chance to win rather than an investment. Shouldn't be playing these as an investment. Unless you've got tons of money and you can put dozens and dozens of crosses on there. But anyway, yeah, I put the thing there, but I haven't said what it is, have I? Right, I've lost it now. I did have it up on my in a note on my screen, and now I can't find it. Where have you gone? Right, there we go. So that average there is 16671173. So I'll put that up in the top right now in the corner for you to decide what you want to do. I mean, you can stick that coordinate in your own picture if you haven't already played and think, oh, okay, that's where the average is. How does mine look compared to that? And should I bother changing it? I would always say, nah, go with your own instincts. You have to, don't you? There's always a guide to see what everybody else is thinking, and most people seem to be clustered around the same area there. So there we are. That's that. Quick look at Revcomps. What have I got for Monday? Of course, we've covered this anyway. I did cover this. Got one on this Honda NSX for the cash alternative. One on this horrendously coloured Polo GTI. And one on this Skoda. And if I was going to keep a car, it would be this Skoda Octavia VRS, because it's the diesel one. Yeah, it's fast, it's economical, it's useful, being in a state car. And you think, yeah, perhaps it probably wouldn't handle that well, like as much as a Polo GTI would, being a hot hatch. But then you think, because the car looks quite a long car. But then when you think about the BMW M3s, RS4s, RS6s, they're all long estate cars. And of course, they're fantastically, they handle well, good to drive. So that's all they did. And they did pop up this Audi R8 last minute. That was a couple of days later than everything else. But that's £180 a ticket, so I'm giving that a miss. And then they added some more for Thursday. Couple I would have gone for if I had the money. I haven't done one on this yet, this Porsche Carrera. What did catch my eye was this Cupra Ateca Limited. And these are really, really quick. It's four-wheel drive. I think it's about 300 brake horsepower. I can't remember now. I looked at it on the thing. But these things we see on the M4 down by us, between me and Swansea. If I go on the motorway, you regularly see one of these on the hard shoulder with its blue lights flashing in the grille, where they just pulled somebody over for speeding. The police use dark-coloured ones of these, unmarked, down by me on the M4, because they're really quick. Other than that, that's the only one I've done for Thursday so far. Auto draws, I noticed they've cut back on these a lot lately. They haven't got sort of diggers and cranes and tugboats and ocean liners and stuff anymore. They've cut it down to sort of regular sort of one car a day sort of sensible things. I didn't do one on this Bentley. It was 40,000 tickets, and that sort of put me off a bit. I love this Yamaha MT125, but I haven't done anything. This is tomorrow. It's Polo GTI. I can't help thinking. I mean, the idea of these were when they brought these Volkswagen Up GTI. When they brought these in, the idea was they were sort of the same brake horsepower and nippiness as the original Golf GTI to sort of bring that nostalgic thing back. And it's probably quite comfortable too. It's probably not like the Fiat Abarth where you drive over a lollipop stick and it smashes all the teeth together. This is a bit more comfortable. Not as quick perhaps, but yeah, so I wouldn't mind that. That would be a proper hoot and cheap to run. This Arteon is nice spec, but it's one of those ones that, because it was over £40,000 retail value when it was new, then for the next 5 or 6 years it's £620 a year road tax. So I thought, well, that's not a cheap to run car, is it? So I didn't bother with that. This popped up this morning. It's Renault Clio Dynamique Nav. Probably a cheap car to run. Insurance group was only 4. But when I looked at the specs on it on Parker's, the performance specs, the 0 to 60 was like 14 seconds. It was 68 brake horsepower. I thought, bloody hell, it's going to be quicker on the bus. So I haven't played for that, because to me it was just too sluggish. As much as it's a 1.2, you'd think, well, it can't be that slow, can it? But yeah, it's really slow and sluggish, so that put me off. But that's that. That's all I've got for today. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend. Like I say, I don't know what it's like in your part of the country or your part of the world even. But down here by the coast, they've given rain for every day for the next 7 days. And I'm not going anywhere this weekend because I very rarely do on a bank holiday, because everybody else does. And the roads are always busy, it's traffic everywhere. I can't be asked with that. And I live by the seaside, so I just go down to my own seaside if I want to go by the sea. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Your extended bank holiday weekend, and good luck for Tuesday.